evening. Let's just see if this has worked. Yep, it looks like it has. So, welcome to round 6 of Tier 4's ALR Season 9. This is Ross Thorne, your commentator for tonight, and every night for Tier 4 this season. We have a sprint race that we're going to go through first, the 15-minute race around Nordschleife, the endurance layout, which is a fairly new layout to the game, and we will, after that, have a 40-minute feature, which is getting uploaded onto GT right now, I'm told, so hopefully it's ready by the time that it... by the time that this race finishes. So let's go through the grid. We've got Oscar in 10th. That's a really bad qualifying session for him. Obviously, this is one-shot quali, so if you make a mistake on your one flying lap that you get, it will have a big impact, and obviously that must have been what happened to Oscar. Skittles is in P9, Hapax in P8, and then we've got Charizard in P7, and Whack Jamps in 6th. Pyro's in 5th in the Alpha, and then Zab in the McLaren is in 4th, which is a really good qualifying for him. Turbo Boy is in 3rd, our championship contender. He's 2nd in the championship. Then we got Pasty, who missed last week. I think he's 5th in the championship, getting another front row start. He's always pretty good at qualifying. And we've got Bomber, our championship leader, on pole position, getting that extra pole position point. So let's get the race started and see if Bomber can extend his championship lead. He's 2 places ahead of his rival. It's lights out. Looks like a really bad start for Pasty. He's already down to 3rd, and he's got Zab right behind him. He's going to have a little look down the inside. The top 2 are side by side as well. Looks like Turbo Boy's got braked really late there. A little bit of contact. Oh, Bomber gets a bit wobbly, and it looks like Pasty's managed to recover back and consolidate 3rd place, and Pyro's managed to get past Zab in all of that, as well as it looks like we're going 3 wide into this really tricky corner. Zab's got the line covered though, a bit further back. It looks like it was Whack Jamps, excuse me, not Zab, who got the better of Pyro there, and Zab's actually fallen all the way back down to 8th after starting in 4th, so the big loser of lap 1 so far, as we're still going through the Grand Prix track layout. Pasty is really close to the back of Bomber right now, so Bomber's not keeping up with Turbo Boy. He managed to get ahead at turn 1, braked a lot later than Bomber. But we're just about to enter the Nordschleife section, which is super tricky, very difficult to overtake, but very easy to make a mistake. So we're going down to the final chicane. It's a bit of a different layout to the normal GP one, a bit of a faster chicane before you sweep left, and the surface you'll see changes right here. Oh, Turbo Boy hits the wall, which is a really bad way to start your trip into the Nord. He's got damage as well, so he's probably at risk of losing a place to Pasty here, who's getting backed up into Whack Jamps as well. And this is great for news for Bomber, actually. He's going to be able to build up a little lead here because he's still got damage. You can see the red in the bottom left corner on the little car icon. He's got tyre damage and bumper damage. Tyre damage slows you down a lot more than bumper damage, and it's finally been released. So Turbo Boy can focus on trying to close the gap to Bomber now. See what's going on a little bit further back. Whack Jamps really close behind there, and then Pyro in the Alpha in 5th. Oscar 6th place after starting in 10th. Charizard 7th. Zab's fallen all the way back to 8th. He hasn't managed to regain any of those positions as we go through a really quick right-hander to down the hill, and you'll be going comfortably above 160, 170 miles an hour as you turn the next left-hander into quite a heavy braking zone. Like everyone's negotiating it pretty alright so far. Hapax is a little bit further behind, and we've got Skittles. Oof. He wasn't too far behind, but that'll he hasn't got damage from that. That's impressive. But he carries on. So Bomber is still managing to have we saw Whack Jamps, and he's completely in the wall there. I was going to say he was keeping pace with them, maybe just pushing a little bit too hard as his teammate Zab just goes through him, and now he's down to 8th. Zab's really close to the back of Charizard now. Looks like Oscar's at the head of that little train. But yeah, these top 8 cars are all pretty close together as far as it goes in terms of nod. There can be gaps, but it looks like the top 3 are pulling away from Pyro. He was the top 4, but Wack made that mistake. Pyro's got a little bit less pressure on the back of him now as well, so he's a bit on his own in P4. It's really tight behind. Maybe all this battling is slowing these guys down as well. Oh, Oscar goes really wide there. First gear corner, downhill as well, so it's a bit of a tricky braking zone. Let's ride on board in the McLaren. So this is going to be the last braking zone before one of the longest periods on full throttle. That takes a much wider line there. I think he missed his braking point a little bit, and he'll be able to really take advantage of this double slipstream it is really, and close right up to Zab. But although this is a really good place to reel in the car in front, it's quite tricky to overtake. There's some corners that we're approaching that you hardly lift off the throttle. Let's see if Zab is brave or if he applies the brakes here. Yep, he does, and it looked like Charizard did as well because he was really slow through that corner. So we're over halfway through our first lap now, 5 minutes into what usually is a 15-minute race. Oscar loses a position because he went wide there. Let's have a little replay of that. So he got a little tyre on the grass there, but that was okay. He got away with it. He just goes really wide into this corner and then loses traction on the marbles, and now Zab is right behind him. So we're into one of these lovely carousels. Best part of the track. You lose so much time like what Zab did if you get off that strange concreted section which offers a lot more grip. The outside is no good, and that's why Zab's fallen so far behind. So now, is Charizard going to be able to drive away from Oscar? He hasn't been able to so far. So we've got a new livery on Oscar's car as well, so it's like a 7-Up kind of paint splatter effect, is it, on the front? Oh, he's going for the move. Really brave, and it looks like he got it done as well. Really clean. Very opportunist move, and Oscar retakes P5. It looks like Pyro had a bit of a mistake. Let's go and find out what happened. Let's ride on board. And it looks like he lost a bit of grip on either on the curb or because he was going a bit too fast around the corner. But he's still ahead of Oscar, but he does have damage, so Oscar's going to be closing in on him now. Oh, well, he's still got damage though, and now Oscar's probably a second and a half behind him, maybe a second now, as he finally gets rid of his damage just in time for the last couple of corners before the back straight. Problem is, Oscar's going to have his slipstream now. Oh no, he saved it. He's not going to have such a good slipstream now, I've got to say. You start losing the benefits if you fall maybe more than a second behind. Actually, he's caught up really quickly now. So whilst they're just approaching the back straight, let's see. Bomber's maintained a pretty good lead ahead of Turbo. Pasty's lost a little bit of time as well. And now we're going to rejoin this one because this battle's pretty close. I'd expect Oscar to get a move done. Is the gap closing up? The Alpha does have pretty good top speed. Maybe Pyro's just got enough there, so that little mistake a couple of corners before the straight that Oscar lost maybe half a second or a second and had to catch back up is going to mean that one of the easiest places to get an overtake done is your first chance out of two is gone, and you've got to go all the way around this really tricky Grand Prix circuit and then all the way around the Nord again before you get that chance. But there is this back straight here, and he is a lot closer than he was before. Is Pyro going to defend the inside for turn one? I think Oscar's going to chuck it down here, isn't he? As we enter the braking zone, he is. Make a bit of contact because Oscar braked a bit too late there, but he does get the move done. Quite a forceful move that. So, oh, and Pyro's having another look. Yeah, it's not an overtaking place right there. Ooh, they're both getting a little bit out of shape as they're battling, pushing a bit too hard, and Oscar's got a second-and-a-half penalty there, which he won't be serving until he hits that back straight, and that's gonna feel like a lot more than a second and a half by the time he gets to the end of it. So Pyro's job here, if he wants P4, is just to bide his time and drive a bit carefully. Zab's managed to work his way up to P6 now. I think we saw that move actually, but he's nowhere near Pyro. Let's see what's going on a bit further down the grid. Charizard does have whack jumps all over the back of him. Whack has good pace around here, clearly, but he's not been able to recover from his mistake earlier. Oh, I wonder what happened to halfbacks there. Let's have a look. Just pushing too hard, took too much speed through the corner. Ooh, doesn't even move. And Skittles is way further back. Actually, he might be about to overtake halfbacks here. No, the yellow flag's gone. He's off. So let's see. So we're still in the opening section, the first sector of the Nordschleife. Oh, that would have been a great opportunity for him to get a run on Charizard up the hill, but he put a couple of tyres on the grass and had a little half spin. Full throttle. Oh, yeah, a bit too ambitious. I always have to lift a tiny bit there. He's got a lot of damage as well. This is the part of the track that the McLaren excels better than most other cars, because you could really get up to well above 170 there if you get that corner before right, which Whack Jams didn't, and now he's going to go on the gravel. No, he saves it. Okay, let's rejoin our little battle with Pyro and Oscar. There you go, there's that reminder that Oscar's got like a second-and-a-half penalty, but Pyro loses it, and oh, Zab loses it as well. Okay, I think we need to see what happens to Zab. Obviously you can see Pyro in front of him, so maybe gets a little bit distracted here. So you can see Pyro go off. Oh no, Zab went off completely separately there. So are they going to manage to get on before Charizard's about to join them? It doesn't look like they're ghosted. Oh, they are, but Charizard maybe didn't know that, and he's being very, very cautious here and loses his opportunity as they both unghost. Whack Jump's a bit further down there. Let's join back with these. So is Charizard gonna try a move? He's really slowing down. No, they're all being careful. So Pyro's day is going from bad to worse here. It started off pretty decent, but a couple of offs now. Pyro looks like he's about to line up a move on Zab. this is great news for Oscar as well, because he won't be as impacted by that 1.5 penalty with the gap that he's got, because these guys lost maybe 5 seconds or more. Oh look, Pyro's got such a better exit from the previous corner. He's had to lift off the throttle so that he doesn't rear end Zab. He would have had a better exit there as well if Zab's car wasn't in the way. So definitely this fighting is costing Pyro a lot of time. Oh, Zab's in on the grass. Pyro just avoids him. And Whack Jams has managed to catch up to this fight as well. And Zab maybe can stay in touch with these guys. But let's see what Whack's doing. He's looking really impatient behind Charizard. He wants to get a move done. There's a real shot at P5 if Whack can get past Charizard soon, because I have a feeling Pyro's got a bit more pace than Charizard at the moment and might be able to drive away. Oh, they make contact. Whack is in the barriers again, and then he gets a little bump from his teammate to get him back up to speed. Good teamwork there. Charizard is still really close to Pyro here, so he isn't letting him get away. He's got a bit of a run on him, but this isn't an overtaking part of the track. We're at the carousel, so you can't really bump someone off the carousel. Yeah, Charizard's got a bit more traction through there, definitely. Going on a bit further up. Yeah, the top three, they're quite far away from each other. Pasty's a bit closer to Turbo Boy, and then obviously Oscar's just on his own, and Pyro is now a long way behind. He's managed to build up a little bit of a gap to Charizard. They're spreading out a bit now. The McLarens have spread out a bit as well. And Hapax and Skittles are on their own as well. Oh, Whack's in the wall again. He's going to be kicking himself with the amount of mistakes that he's made in this race. Because he still could have got P5 if it was just for the one mistake, but there's been a few, and he's well, had a couple of tyres in the gravel there. Charizard's best chance is getting this carousel a bit better than Pyro, getting a bit of a slipstream as they head into the long straight, which is coming right after this really long right-hander. Still going. Charizard should definitely have a run on him. So we'll stick with these. We'll actually go to the finish line because these guys are so far ahead. Bomber takes another win to extend his lead over Turbo Boy, who did recover from a mistake to just consolidate P2. Pasty managed a pretty decent start and showed good pace, gets third in his Porsche. The other one is Oscar, who is a little bit further back. So let's see. We're at the end of the straight. Looks like Pyro couldn't, could fend him off there. And they're approaching the checkered flag. Oscar's just finished after spinning, so he must have had a bit of an off for the yellows to come out. Pyro ends up in 5th, Charizard in 6th, and then we've got the McLarens, Zab in 7th, Whack Jamps in 8th. Then we've got Hapax just rounding the final corners of the Nord onto the main straight of the Grand Prix circuit. So P9 for Hapax, and then we've got Skittles chilling at the back, just having a little dance with himself as he comes down the Nord. And he'll get reverse grid pull. Let me just check Discord to see if it's working. Tier 4. Yep, it should be up, which is good. And now finally Skittles crosses the line and takes the checkered flag in P10. Great, let's find this next replay. So Passy said he shared it, so I think... I cannot see it. I could see him. Maybe I have to go out and in again because it's only just been uploaded. I don't know how it works. It's not there. Let's do a content search. Ooh. I know what I'll try. Let's close the game.